Hello. So today we're going to be looking at the LSAT, and more specifically the games section of the LSAT. Now this is one of the most difficult sections on the test. A lot of students have a very hard time being able to come up with the solutions very quickly within the allotted time. We'll be looking at the official LSAT prep test that's released by the LSAC, that's the company that publishes the LSATs, and it's the one available online from June 2007, form 8LSN75. We'll do the first question in the first section, which is the game section of the test. Now the key to the game section is being able to diagram it properly. If you have a good diagram, you'll be able to answer the questions very, very easily. If you have a poor diagram, the questions become very, very confusing. So the key to this is diagramming it well. I'll show you how to diagram this question very well so that the answers become readily apparent. Here we go. Question number 1. A company employee generates a series of 5-digit product codes in accordance with the following rules. The codes use the digits 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and no others. So the first thing you need to know is that if there's a 0, there's a 1, there's a 2, a 3, and a 4. Those are my 5 digits. The codes, each digit occurs exactly once in any code. So there's 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, and 1, 4. You can't have any repeat numbers. The second digit has a value exactly twice that of the first digit. Okay, so now we're going to have to start mapping this out. So here's the first digit, here's the second digit, third digit, fourth digit, fifth digit. Now it says that the second digit has a value exactly twice that of the first digit. So if the first digit is 1, the second digit must be 2. If the first digit is 2, the second digit must be 4. The first digit can't be a 0, right? Because 0 times 0 is still 0, so that'll give us 2 zeros. It's not possible. The first digit can't be a 3 because 3 on this digit would make a 6 over here, too many. And likewise, if the first digit was a 4, then we'd have an 8 on the second digit, so that's not possible. So the only combinations that work for this is if the first digit is a 1, it gives us a 2 over here, or if the first digit is a 2, it gives us a 4 over here. Okay? Next. The value of the third digit is less than the value of the fifth digit. The value of the third is less than the value of the fifth. Now let's do this in color coding since I have different colors here. Let's use blue as in cold for smaller number, and then we'll use red as in hot for the larger number of the fifth digit. Okay, now there's some summaries or conclusions that you could draw from this chart. Let's go back to black. So the first summary you can draw is you see that the number 2 must be either in the first spot or the second spot. Why is that? Because the combination for the first spot is either 1, 2 in the second spot, or the second spot is 2, 4. So either it's a 1, 2, or 2, 4. Those are the only 2 possible combinations. So either the 2 is going to be over here in the first spot, or the 2 is in the second spot. That prohibits the 2 in being in any other spot, 3, 4, 5. The second realization you can make is that because the third one is less than the fifth one, the third one cannot be the highest number. You cannot have a 4 here. And the fifth one cannot be the lowest number. You can't have a 0 here because that can't be higher than the number over here. So let's write all the possibilities that are left over. So we could have a 0 over here, we could have a 1 over here, and we could have a 3 over here. Remember, we cannot have a 4 because the 4 cannot be lower than this one, and we cannot have a 2 because the 2 is all the way in the front. This fourth digit could be anything. We don't have any information about that. And then the last digit cannot be a 0 because it has to be higher than the third digit. It could be a 1, it cannot be a 2, it could be a 3, or it could be a 4. Okay, so if you were mapping it out like this, the rest of the test, the 5 questions, becomes very, very easy to solve. Let's do them. Question number 1. If the last digit of an acceptable product code is 1, it must be true that. So let's actually map this out. This is an easy one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It says that the last one is a 1. If the last code is a 1, and that fits our profile over here, what must the first box be? It can't be a 1, and because each number has to appear only once, so this must be a 2. So if this was a 2, let's follow the arrow. This must be a 4. Okay, so now what do we have left over? If this is a 1, this is a 2, and this is a 4, and we have a 1 over here. Remember, the third box must be less than the fifth box. So if 1 is the fifth box and this must be lower, you got to have a 0 here, and that means the 3 is over here. So we actually filled out all 5 digits for this one, and that means the answer will be very, very easy. Let's look at it. A, the first digit is a 2. That's correct, so that's our answer. The answer is A. You don't even have to look at the rest of them. If you wanted to on your own time, you can. On the LSAT, I don't recommend, especially on the game section, I don't recommend going over all the other answer choices because there's not going to be enough time. In the other sections, I would advise doing so, but in the game section, you have to pick the answer very, very quickly and move on. So you see that answer choice A says first digit is a 2. That matches our answer. Just pick A and move on. Question number 2. Which of the following must be true about any acceptable product code? Okay, so let's look at this. A, the digit 1 appears in some position before the digit 2. So the digit 1 appears in some position before. Let's see if we could contradict that. We could put the 1 over here, and then remember the digit 2 has to appear either here or here. So that's actually not true. Let's skip A. B, the digit 1 appears before digit 3. Digit 1 before digit 3. Well, the digit 3 could be over here, and we could put the digit 1 right over here. We can't put it over here in the fifth spot because the fifth spot has to be bigger than the third spot. But if the 3 is over here, the 1 could be right over here, so that contradicts B. So B is not correct. C, the digit 2 appears before the digit 3. Now remember, the digit 2 has to be either here or here. And 3 can only be in these 3 spots over here because there could be no 3 over here. So 2 has to be before the digit 3. So that one is correct. The answer number 2 is C. Again, on your own time, if you want to, after the test, you can take a look at why the other choices are wrong. But time being, just mark C and move on. Question number 3. If the third digit of an acceptable product code is not 0, the third digit is not 0, so that means over here you have a 1 or a 3. Which of the following must be true? So you could actually even fill this out. Do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not a 0. This is going to be a 1 or a 3, okay? And over here we have, again, our 1 or 2, and here is our 2 or 4. And remember, the last is that the fifth digit must be greater than the third digit. So over here we cannot have a 2. We could have a 3, or we could have a 4. We could have a 3 if the first digit is a 1 here, or we could have a 4 if the first digit is a 3. So we have no spots for the 0, so obviously the answer over here must be a 0. So let's answer the question. A, the second digit of the product code is a 2. Which of the following must be true? That's not true. B, the third digit of the product code is a 3. It can be, but it could also be a 1. C, the fourth digit is a 0. That's the right answer. Let's go ahead and mark that because that's the only spot left for the 0. We can go ahead and skip to the next question. Question number 4. Any of the following pairs could be the third and fourth digits except which one? So let's look back over here at our chart at the top, and we can look at and see which one will be an error or a mistake in logic. 0, 1. So if this is a 0 over here, this is a 1 over here. Well, that will fit because that won't conflict with any of the numbers in the front over here. We have a 0 here, a 1 over here, and that will leave me maybe a 3 over here at the end. So that one's fine. B, 0, 3. So we have a 0 over here, a 3 over here. We could put our 4 over here, and we could put our 1 and 2 up here. That's fine. 1, 0. 1 over here, a 0 over here. We could put our 3 over here, and we could put our 2 and 4 on the front 2 over here. That one's fine. 3, 0. 3 over here and a 0 over here. That means a 4 is over here, and that will leave us the 1 and 2 over here. That's fine. Last one, 3, 4. So that's going to be our mistake. Let's see why. A 3 over here and a 4 over here. And remember, the last digit must be bigger than this digit. So if you have a 3 over here and a 4 over here, we don't have any digits over here. There's no 5. That's bigger than the 3 over here because the 4 is taken by this number. So the answer to number 4 is E. Okay, and then last question, question number 5. Which one of the following must be true about any acceptable product code? Okay, there is exactly one digit between the digits 0 and the digit 1. Well, that's actually not true. We could have, let's say, the 1 over, let's put it over here. We could have the 1, and we could put the 0 over here. So that's one digit, or you could put maybe the 0 over here, and that's 2 digits. So that's actually not correct. Let's look at the next one. There's exactly one digit between the digit 1 and the digit 2. Well, we actually could have a 1 over here and a 2 over here, and there'll be no digits in between them. Our 1-2 combination, so that's not correct. C, there are at most two digits between 1 and 3. We could put the 1 all the way over here. We could put the 2 over here. We could put the 3 all the way over here. You could put a 0 over here, and you could put the 4 over here. So the actual spacing is 3 digits away. That's not true. Letter D. There are at most two digits between the digits 2 and 3. So between the two digits 2 and 3, again, at most two digits. So let's look at this one. We could put the 2 as far away as possible over here. Can the 3 go all the way over here? It can. We'll have 2 over here, a 4 over here. We could put a 0 or a 1 over here. We could put a 0 or 1 over here. And the last spot will be our 3 over here. Last one. There are at most two digits between the digit 2 and the digit 4, and that's our right answer because we eliminated all the other ones. The right answer for this one is choice E. Why is that? So let's go ahead and fill out our chart because we might as well finish up with this last question. At most two digits between the digit 2 and the digit 4. Well, one option is to have a 2, and that means a 4 is over here, and that will satisfy our condition, right? At most two digits, in this case, there are no digits. The other option is to have a 1 here and a 2 here, and if the 1 here is here and the 2 is here, no matter where the 4 is, whether it's here, here, or here, you'll at most have 2, even if it's as far away as over here, at most they'll have 2 digits away from the 2 that's over here. Basically, you can't have a condition where there's a 2 over here and the 4 is anywhere else because the 4 would have to be over here. So there's always going to be 2 digits away between the 2 and the 4, so therefore choice E is the correct answer for this one. I hope you see that diagramming these questions is the easy way to solving games questions on the LSAT test. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this video.